Larry Fisher spent 26 years as the Director of Agriculture for John Wood Community College. His story is woven into the fabric that makes up the Orr Agricultural Research and Demonstration Center. His students work the land, the plots, and the lots on these grounds, and their stories are still being written. Stories laced with University of Illinois research in the community college classroom. Each is as unique as the experience provided to them, says Fisher, initially by local people, hoping to create a place of synergy between the Two Rivers Resources Conservation and Development Organization, U of I, and John Wood.
All of those groups worked in concert with each other and amazingly developed a project over here that was really the first in the nation. This project where you combined education and research to the level, and we're talking about education at community college level, and research was the first in the nation. It's been copied a number of places because we hosted many groups the first 20 years we were out there, and they were mystified by how we could make that work between a land-grant institution and a community college.
Well, over the past 40 years, more than 1,600 students have benefited from this relationship. 100 of them have interned on site at the Orr Center. It opened in 1977, but it was 1972 when agriculturalists first considered creating a private-public partnership with the University of Illinois. That effort was led by Fred Bradshaw, says Fisher.
And Fred is the one who doggedly kept pushing forward with the idea that, first of all, we needed the research center separately. And then John Wood didn't establish our relationship until 1981 when we opened classes there. But Fred Bradshaw is the one who drove the project, probably more than anybody else. He was on the RC&D Council. He was a personal friend of Senator Vince DiMuzio, who was one of the champions of the project. And Fred was a true driver and believer that this project would help all of agriculture in Western Illinois and all citizens.
Before this farm was purchased, the true believers, the members of the Two Rivers RC&D, the local University of Illinois Extension advisors, and folks like Bill McCartney from USDA Rural Development put an ad in the Quincy Herald-Whig to see if anyone would donate a property. Well, that didn't happen, and Western Illinois turned to a legislative fix to bring a University of Illinois research farm home. It took some doing in Springfield, but finally on July 29 of 1977, then-Governor Jim Thompson signed Senate Bill 85, sponsored by Senator DiMuzio, into law, establishing the Orr Center.
The bill was finally passed, and it was one of the requirements was that the local people raise at 25% of the money, and they did. I mean, even the city of Pittsfield put money into it at that time, realizing that this was needed for our farmers.
The people of Western Illinois raised the money and more, and were now tasked with trying to find a suitable farm. This wasn't as easy as raising the money. There were plenty of farms, but not plenty of suitable ones. Fred Bradshaw says they walked 27 farms in 11 counties before the committee and the university settled on the Orr farm.
When we first looked at it, it was had been a pretty dry year, and the weed control hadn't been really the best, and there was a lot of cucumers. And I can remember picking the cucumbers off of her clothes when we got back from walking out across the farm. And we were impressed with the ridge that lay back of it. It's where you could have repetitions of the plots.
The farm was dedicated in 1979. In that same year, at the annual meeting of the Orr Corporation, an intergovernmental cooperation agreement was entered into between John Wood Community College and the U of I. John Wood had been interested in establishing a satellite ag site, and so the three entities, the Orr Corporation, representing the people of Western Illinois, John Wood, and the University of Illinois, agreed to work towards one goal: agricultural research and education tied to the soils of Western Illinois. They were just getting started, and that same year, 1979, the livestock phase of the Orr Center was rolled out. Again, it required the purchase of land and legislation in the General Assembly. Well, the first time around, it took 7 years from concept to dedication. The livestock phase took 8. And in 1987, a groundbreaking ceremony was held for the Animal Research Unit at the Orr Center. During those intervening years, the agronomy plots were established, and John Wood Community College opened on site. The foundation was laid for the cooperative research and education effort which exists today. Together, the effort is stronger than either would be alone, says the U of I's Doug Parrott.
If we're located only in Urbana, then it's, kind of draws a circle about who do we touch on the first step. Now, our information gets out nationally and internationally, but this is immediate doubt. So we tell the John Wood students oftentimes, here's something we found in a research trial that's not really even been published in refereed journals yet, but will be coming. And so this fall, you're going to learn things that'll be impactful for the rest of your life if you're interested in animal production, or if you're interested in environment, if you're interested in processing and beef products and nutrition and animal research. And so they kind of feel like they're getting an extra boost to their education because the touch of the University of Illinois reaches their classes.
This touch is the essence of the Orr Center. It doesn't work if all the parties aren't fully vested, fully engaged in the cooperation of the effort. Its establishment took the will of the people, the weight of the university, and the drive of the corporation.
People in Western Illinois said, we want to have something more than just an educational center. We feel it's important that the university does research that affects and is really a showcase for what's happening in the climates and the environments and the type of production in Western Illinois. And what's so unique about it is a lot of people talk about that, but they actually came through with land and facilities and funding to bring the university over. And we feel a real obligation to fulfill their quest because many of the people came together to reach out and say, we don't just want you here, we're going to work to provide you the resources to have an impactful program.
The University of Illinois College of Agricultural, Consumer, and Environmental Sciences, University of Illinois Extension, and John Wood Community College thanked the people of Western Illinois for their dedication to research and education on this, the 40th anniversary of the Orr Agricultural Research and Development Center.